Hello, hello, hello. I'm not here to be seen. I'm here to be felt, just like you are. We all are. And consciousness is calling us back inwards to the field of resonance, to feel our way through life, to trust the feeling resonance rather than what we see. The old consciousness was, when I see it, I'll believe it. The left brain, prove it to me, then I'll believe it. While at the same time projecting our beliefs. And often those beliefs have been ancestral, of course, because that's what happens when you come to this earth. We take on the beliefs of our families, caretakers, teachers, society, so on and so forth. And life has to challenge us in terms of being blocked and feeling stuck. Just checking something that popped up there. Where was I? Where was I as I'm being felt, as I'm feeling? Let me see. Ah, yeah, let's do the breath, the breath, the breath. In all transparency, this Divine Love Ambassador has been, for anyone who's followed my channel, you will know it has been a huge deconstruction years for all of us. Deconstructing old versions of self, old identities, old beliefs, old patterns, and as we deconstruct, as the consciousness within us deconstructs the old consciousness, as we transition into the new consciousness, or from the old earth grid to the new earth grid, or from 3D duality living through the perception of separation, victimization, them and us, and fear and scarcity, which I've moved through. And tomorrow I'm going to share a video I did only a year ago. Tomorrow it's going to come on my channel. It's just less than 3 minutes of where I was in a place where it took every bit of courage and determination and to get myself to do what I know to do, which was to take myself to the mirror and just be with the naked truth of my body, my soul, my tears, my words, and receive myself in the mirror and the resonance. Receive the resonance of my words. I have been experiencing the depth of human rejection. My soul, my higher self, my oversoul has been uncovering every little part, because I am here to be a divine love ambassador and to anchor through the breath this new paradigm, this new earth paradigm. It happens through each one of us, and it happens through each breath, and through feeling the feeling of resonance, discerning what is our resonance, what is resonance as a navigational tool. And really the simplicity of it is that resonance, what feels resonance, feels expansive, feels lighter, feels more calming, a relief, an exhale, an out breath. What feels dissonance, feels contractional, heavy, harsh, fearful, disempowering, disenchanting, fragmenting, disassociating, overwhelming, confusing, What feels resonant, feels coherence. What is coherence? Coherence is that which feels more harmonic, harmonizing. What is dissonance? That which feels more friction, conflict, fighting, battle, drama, unresolved trauma, resistance. And then the transition, the awakening, the willingness to look at ourselves in the mirror and to look at our traumas, to become aware even of traumas that are still held in the subconscious. So through our awakening journey, we're bringing our subconscious mind up to the surface, and what's within our subconscious that's been running our human day-to-day mentality, and recognize that that energy is what is creating our life. And so when we shift our inner state of beingness, when we that's why we do we heal, and we bring ourselves back into harmonic balance, harmonic alignment. And again, if you've tuned into my channel, you'll know that 2025 alignment was my word of the year. And it was all about bringing different aspects and energies and parts of self, parts of soul, higher self, back into coherence, back into harmonic balance, through feeling the uncomfortable feelings, to recognizing the limiting beliefs. So many limiting beliefs. Oh my God, scarcity, lack, and limitation. Oh, healing the ancestry, the wounds of the feminine, the masculine, the inner child, multidimensionally, as a multidimensional healer. You see, our greatest wounds, of course, become our greatest gifts. So because one of my greatest gifts, you could say, is healing and a harmonic weaving, then my shadows gave me the opportunity to exercise those gifts. And in 2025, whoa, were they ever brought to the forefront. Diligence, surrender, and then not being afraid. Oh my God, so much fear. I was in so much fear of who I was, or who I'd been, or who I may become. Again, all of that is separation, duality. So taking a breath. And just releasing it all, coming back inwards into the center. Truly, that's what it's all about now. And our technology and AI, just like other humans around us, they can, or whatever it is that we're involved in, it can take us more into ourself, be centered in self, sports, whatever it is, or take us away from ourself, so that we fragment away from ourself. And that's when we hang our sense of self external. And I have certainly done that. It is the empath's curse until it's not, until it becomes the gift of awareness, the gift of compassion, as we bring ourselves back in and create a healthy self-esteem, self-worth, inherent worth, recognize our inherent worth, and that we're not the distortions that in essence we were holding and mirroring, and bringing more, awareness around, healing. Oh my golly, I'm not here to be seen, I'm here to be felt. And so are you. So take a breath, feel your breath. Receive your breath, hold it in. And exhale out the old beliefs and needs for validation through likes, through views, through comments, through text messages, through conversations, through whatever ways that we have each been outsourcing our sense of self external. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Come on home. I am here with hand on your heart, hand on your belly. Speak those words to yourself, to your cells, to your energy, to your soul. I am here. I am presence. Bringing a smile to the lips, letting the physiology know, the nervous system know this is a good thing, this is a safe thing. Safe to be home, safe to be here, safe to be embodied, safe to be felt as resonance, and to really attune to the field of resonance to navigate this earth journey, to discern our yes and our no. The more strong this muscle becomes, the quicker we are at yes no, without shame, without apology, without over giving, over functioning, obligation, without that push and pull. The old dualities are softening into neutrality, sacred neutrality into unity, and unity into divinity. Divinity, another way of saying unconditional love, wholeness, grace, from shame to grace. Shame for being sensitive and feeling the shame of that not being good enough or not acceptable. And then to grace is realizing, oh my golly, this is my gift. This is the gift of God, the gift of God within each of us, the gift of source that moves through us, the gift of love through resonance. Being able to discern our yes and our no, what is expansive, what is limiting, what is looking to extract our energy in that empath narcissist dynamic. We start to have healthy self-respect, healthy self-embodiment, and realize that we don't need to do anything to prove our worth or to prove our existence, and to soften into our beautiful, joyful, creative goodness, creative nature as expressions of source coherence. And that visibility just becomes not a measure of self-acceptance, not a measure of self-worth or self-love. I love myself because the external world gives me permission, or I'll accept myself because they like me, or they accepted that part of me, so I accept that. But then we reject the other parts we perceive hasn't been accepted. And so that's what creates the duality within us, the light and the dark, or the shadow. The shadow is just that which has been hidden in the subconscious, pushed away, because we are whole beings. We come to this world as bubs, babies of love, of wholeness. We separate to have the human experience, to perceive ourselves as separate, individualized points of consciousness, which is epic, each one unique, each one magnificent. And then we start to awaken and remember our wholeness, and we start to develop compassion, self-compassion, and be a compassionate human being as we heal those parts of ourself as we stop rejecting those parts of ourselves, then we stop rejecting it external, or we stop looking external for permission to receive ourselves, to receive our breath, to receive our sensitivity, to receive our body visibility, voice. So what was poo-pooed and pushed away in the old consciousness, denied, hidden, rejected, burnt at the stake, the healer's wound, the intuitive's wound in the collective field, all of that is coming back on board in this new earth consciousness, new earth grade. And it is exciting. It is, it's incredible. You are incredible. You are incredible. Let me mirror that back to you now. And I apologize for anywhere I have withheld love from you by withholding it from myself. And mirror that into the collective of my humanity, where I've been afraid to love, afraid to open, or being unsure, and develop survival mechanisms and survival patterns to make it through. But now I know, my nervous system knows, my brain, my limbic system, and now I can mirror that back into the collective field as resonance, as remembrance, through the resonance, through the felt sense, because it is a felt sense, it's not a concept. We're gone beyond being bombarded with so much information overload. It's really about resonance now. For more and more people, it's going to be more and more as we head into these next few years, it's going to be about what resonates. And we're going to be fine-tuning our muscle, our inner muscle of to notice what resonates, what connected. And what resonates is already what's in you, what it's like a chord within you that's struck, and it's like, oh yeah, I get that. Oh yeah, I remember that, because it's simply, we realize that everything is a reflective mirror. I'm a reflective mirror of you. You're a reflective mirror of me. And the outer world is a reflective mirror of us. So as we become deeper and deeper awakened into remembrance, into wholeness, we really recognize and self-realize, see through real eyes, the eyes of source that emanates through each one of us as energy, as light, through physicality, through biology, physics, chemistry, hormones, neural systems, from the inner outer. So the old game of consciousness has been played very much from the outer inner, feeling separated from our inner self, separated from the quantum field or from the theta brainwave state, unless you booked in a healing session, or as I do, the quantum healing hypnosis sessions, to take people into the theta brainwave state, and then to record it and to have that memory to keep strengthening, or to bring it forward, that deeper brain waves, which is the expansive consciousness. Every night we go to sleep, we're moving through these brainwave states. Every day we wake up. And so duality is lived in the beta brainwave. As we start to awaken, come in and start to be more interested in our breath coherence, and regulating our nervous system and healing traumas, we start to get into meditation, mindfulness, cold water plunging, yoga for me was a big one. Become more self-aware, and that's more the alpha brainwave state. And then as we come deeper into a deeper wholeness and remembrance, more that theta brainwave state. And then they start to coagulate so that we can just can be in a more embodied, self-aware consciousness without fragmenting, without, without, or we can shift from gears from different brainwave states depending on, you know, what's unfolding in our days, but not from unconsciousness. That's it. Not from unconsciousness, from conscious awareness. And that's the shift. That's really the new earth grid. Consciousness is aware, self-aware. Okay, that's today's transmission of resonance. I'm not here to be seen. I am here to be felt. And don't worry if you don't get this, because it's taken me quite a while. My inner being, my higher self awareness consciousness have been so much trying to get my humanness on board to really get that I'm not here to be seen. Even this video, maybe nobody will watch it. Maybe one person will watch it. Maybe that one person will be me. And to, really get myself to the place that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This is not how I measure my self-worth. This is not how I measure myself, my self-care, definitely, but my self-validation. There has been so many times I've deleted videos or, where I couldn't receive the fact that it had so little views, because that meant that who I wasn't resonating with others, or I perceived it that way. And that meant that and then what would happen is I would erase myself. So I would delete the video or delete whatever, because it was like, well, if others aren't receiving me, then I'm not receiving myself. So check in for where you've done that, or projecting that, or afraid of that, or maybe holding yourself back completely because you're so afraid of it. You're so afraid of the external rejection, which leads to internal rejection and the pain of that. And when we really start to express our essence, to have that rejected is painful. It truly is painful. However, what we get to learn now, we get to rewire in the nervous system and the neural pathways, is that it's more about the expression. It's more about, right now, for me, I get to express on here. You get to see in the cupboard in my pantry. You get to see my bikini hanging on here on my couch, my hat, because for me, it's about no performance. Releasing the identity that wants to perform and make everything look perfect, because it'll help with views or algorithm or whatever, self-image. And that self-image and those old ways of measuring our sense of self through identity is really being rattled and really being invited to dissolve back into the heart and the wholeness, the mental concepts, the mental ideas of ourselves, the subconscious beliefs, so that we can emanate a frequency that is more aligned with our true divine nature, as divine love beacons, as through breath coherence, through being aware of our breath. I breathe as the breath breathes me. Repeat that after me. I breathe as the breath breathes me. I breathe as the breath breathes me. Every conscious breath of allowance, fully exhaling out, is a step, is a breath coming home to coherence, wholeness, remembered. And if you'd like to join me to immerse into your breath coherence daily through a private group, I am currently running a 5-week breath coherence immersion. Welcome whoever's jumped online. I'm at the end of this video, so I'm going to close it up. I'm not here to be seen. I'm here to be felt as resonance. Resonance, firstly received by myself, and to be a reflective mirror of that. Receive this resonance within yourself, within the instrument of your own energies. And so it is. I'm breathing. Breathing into stillness as the fluctuations of the mind and the emotions begin to settle, to soften, to resist, to soften. Ooh. Exhaling out the tensions. Breathing in the relief. May this be a permission slip that offers your heart, your soul, your cells a resonance of truth, authentic resonance that you feel, that you feel, that you feel, that you trust within yourself. As you come home into you. And so it is. Namaste. Now, where is the button to complete? Here, maybe? Oh, I can share a screen on here. Ooh, that's exciting. Ooh, I did not know I could share. Ooh. So, oh my golly, that is awesome. Okay, good to know for again. Cool. Also share audio tabs. So window. To share your window, allow screen recording to Chrome entire screen. Choose what to share with Studio YouTube. Oh, it's so interesting, isn't it? Technology. There's always more these days, always more. Wow. Okay. Well, there you go. Every day is an adventure. That is for sure. Learning and exploring. I still haven't figured out how to, oh yeah, here, end stream. That's it. Okay, take care. Lots of divine love blessings from Mary Jo and source coherence and breath and joy